Hello, this is the class I promised you of that I will try to cover all the topics of your first quiz. So this is going to be the first video I would say because I'll probably upload another video because this is going to be really hard for me to be able to cover all of these topics in one video. So take a look at the name of your chapter, that is taking risk and making profits within the dynamic business environment. And what is the learning objective? The learning objective one is to understand how we can raise our standard of living with the help of businesses. And to be able to answer to this question, we need to know what is a business, what is standard of living, and how one influences the other. Okay, so in your book it defined business as any activity that seeks to earn profit. So activity, consider a day in a life. You wake up, you come to the university, you attend your classes, you go back to your home, then you get out of it again and chill out with your friends. So these are the activities. You do all of these things, but do you do these things for earning profit? No. So that's why these are not something that we will term as business. But what if you did any of these things for earning profit? For example, you are a musician, you love to play guitar, you do it for yourself. This is not going to be termed as business. But what if you did this? You play guitar for a studio, you play guitar for another musician who is going to pay you. Then we will call that to be a business. So if you do something for yourself, that is not a business. If you do something for others who is going to pay you for that, we will term that to be business. So when you get out of your home, you can see a lot of stores. They are offering so many things, right? Some of them are offering goods, some of them are offering services, and their main intention is to what? Chill out? No, but their main intention is to earn a profit. So as I have mentioned, some of them are offering goods. What are goods? Goods are anything that you can touch. If a store offers computers, mobiles, books, and spectacles, cigarettes, tables, these are the goods, because goods are those things that we can touch and store. We can touch books, we can touch computers, we can touch spectacles, we can touch watches, right? These are goods. And some of the businesses do not offer any goods, rather they offer services. For example, you want to get a haircut, what will you do? You want to get a body massage, what will you do? Will you be able to touch that product? You suppose that you are in a salon for a haircut. Can you touch that haircut? No. Rather, you will get a service from them. You are not going to be able to touch those things. You want a massage. Can you touch that massage? No. So I know you're probably you probably have developed an idea about what a good is and what a service is, right? So you're coming into your university to attend my classes. Are you going to get anything from me that you can touch physically? No. That means I'm not providing you with any goods. Rather, I'm providing you with a service. For example, you are sick. You go to a doctor. Can you touch his services? No. So I think you probably understood what goods is and what services are. So the next term that I want you to have an idea about is entrepreneurs. Who are the entrepreneurs and what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurs are those people who take risk and operate a business. You know, operating a business is not risk free, sir. Operating a business is not risk free. Consider my job. I teach you and I get paid a certain amount of money after every month. Do I take any risk? Am I in any risk of losing my salary? Other than getting sacked, I'm not going to lose my salary. So I do not have any risk in my job. But consider a business person. Does he know how much he's going to earn after the end of this month? No, he does not. But he takes a huge amount of risk. He may fail or he may succeed. We do not know, because for running a business you need to take risk, and the people who runs business, we call them to be entrepreneurs. They take risk, and that is why they earn a lot of money, because we know the relationship between risk and return is positively correlated. It means the amount of risk you take, calculated risk definitely, we expect a greater profit. That is why the richest people in this country, the richest people in this world are entrepreneurs, not teachers, right, sir? So now let's talk a little bit about what is revenue, profit, and loss. Uh, to simplify it, what you get by selling one product is the revenue. For example, you bought a computer by 50,000 taka. Now you sold it for 70,000 taka. Your revenue is 70,000 taka, but your profit is 20,000 taka. You understand me, sir? So when you sell something for a certain amount of money, that amount of money is your revenue. But for you to determine the profit, you need to deduct the cost from that revenue. And the same will go for determining loss. So if you buy a computer for 50,000 and you sell it for 40,000, your revenue is 40,000 and your loss is 10,000. So we need to match risk with profit. We will talk about it later, so you probably have an idea about it. Because now I will talk about standard of living and quality of life, right? So what is standard of living, sir? When we say that the standard of living of the people of USA is greater than that of ours, we try to mean that they are economically better off, they are economically more empowered, they can buy a lot of expensive things that we cannot. All of them have iPhone, but we do not, right? So it means when we actually try to refer something by saying that their standard of living is greater, we try to indicate only the economic things. Their income is greater than ours, their life expectancy is greater than ours, their economic opportunity is greater than ours. So if we take a look at the slide that I have taught you, you can see standard of living. Here it tries to refer to only income, gross domestic product, and life expectancy and economic opportunity. So if one country if the citizen of one country enjoy a greater standard of living, it means they enjoy a greater income, a greater GDP, a greater life expectancy, and greater economic opportunity. So sir, what is economic opportunity? Economic opportunity actually tries to mean that if you have a very good idea, very good business idea, and if you have the capacity to run a business, you are going to get every opportunity, you are going to capitalize on every opportunity that is prevailing on the economy or the environment. For example, consider yourself to be a citizen of North Korea. Would you like that? No, because you would not be able to run a business in North Korea. You will have no economic freedom, no economy. You will not be able to extract or exploit on the economic opportunity in North Korea. But you are free to do anything in Bangladesh and also in US and in most of the capitalistic countries. That is what we try to refer to by the words economic opportunity. So what is quality of life? When we try to say, or when we say that the quality of life in one country is better than that of ours, we try to mean is that their standard of living and also other things, their economic and non-economic things are better than that of ours. To simplify it, when we say that the quality of life in Canada is greater than that of ours, we try to mean that their income, their standard of living, their economic things is better than ours, and also non-economic things. Since we have already mentioned standard of living only covers the economic things, there are some non-economic things that are also needed to be covered. For example, the freedom of expression, the freedom of choice, the quality of the weather, the quality of the climate, and also the safety of the people, and also the traffic condition, the healthcare condition. These are the things which are not economical, but these are important. Political stability. Huh? So, quality of life includes both the economical and non-economical factors. If I say the quality of life is in Canada is better than that of ours, I try to mean that the standard of living of Canada is better than ours, and also the freedom of expression, religious freedom, environmental quality, pollution, climate change, food quality, These non-economic factors are also better in Canada. You got me? So quality of life includes both standard of living and other factors, but standard of living only includes the economic factors. So what about Iran? Iran is a Iran's, the economic system of Iran, right? Religious theocracy, where they are not allowed to do anything they want to. If the girls of our class were born in Iran, they could not come out of their homes without wearing a scarf. In that case, we can say that their freedom is not up to the mark. So can we say that the equality of life in Bangladesh is better than that of the people of Iran? I do not know actually, because you cannot determine the quality of life based on only one factor. You understand? Probably we have better freedom in Iran, but we may suffer or we may lag behind in other factors such as pollution, quality of life, political stability, traffic jam. So these are the things. So our main purpose is to make a sense how using business we can raise these things, standard of living and quality of life. And this is your assignment, as I have already mentioned, because using the knowledge that I am providing you with, you can come up with ideas how using business we can raise the quality of life. Okay, sir. Then, so what is the difference? The difference is quality of life is the bigger picture. Standard of living only considers or only includes the economic factor, and quality of life includes both economic and non-economic factors. So what are the objectives of business? The objectives of business can vary, ranging its position in the life cycle of that business. So initially, for a business, suppose you started a business, initially you want to ensure your survival, right? You want to survive. For example, if you want to open a store that sells computer items, you'll have to fight with big companies like Ryan's, like Star Computers, and Tech World. These are the big names in this industry. So for you, the main objective will be survival, right? You need to earn profit good enough to ensure your survival. So let's talk about profit a bit at first, because every business, regardless of its status, it can be profit oriented organization, it can be non-profit organization, but every business must have the motive to earn a profit, because when we defined business, we mentioned that any activity that is done in order to make a profit, we can call that to be a business. But if a organization, or if anyone does not do anything to earn profit, we cannot term that to be a business. For non-profit organization, it is not true that they do not earn any profit. Rather, I would say they earn profit. Non-profit organizations earn profit, but their owners do not take that profit out of that organization. Rather than that, they use that profit for the betterment of the organization. For example, take Arsenal Football Club as an example. Arsenal Football Club is a non-profit organization, but does it not want to make a profit? It does. It makes a huge amount of profit, but with that money, they buy more players and they try to make an impact in the Premier League with better performance, so that they can remain relevant. So what I try to mean is that in a non-profit organization, owners do not take away their profit. Rather, these profits are being used for the betterment of the development of the mentioned business. To getting back to our previous example, you are in the computer items industry, where you are competing with Reliance and Tech Worlds. Here, in the initial years, you'll have to ensure your survival. But when your survival is ensured, after 2 to 3 or 4 or 5 years, when you have a good amount of money to back you up and you have a good experience in this industry, you will look for growth, right? Growth in a sense that you will want to open more stores, probably in different locations, probably in Sylhet, in Chittagong, right? And when you are one of the big companies in this industry, you will be trying to make an impact in the society. You will get yourself involved in social responsibility or social works. For example, when you went out for a walk in the park, you'll see that Berger has painted the whole park to give it a better visibility. So why did Berger do that? Did Berger charge anything for that? No. That is a corporate social responsibility for Berger. There is a philosophy behind this. Since all the businesses are getting benefits from the society, take it to simplify it. If there were no society, there would be no business. Since businesses are getting benefits from the society, there is a time. It is now that time to get something back to the society. You got me, sir? So, for example, uh, have you ever heard about the scholarship that is provided by Islami Bank? I mean, these are some kind of CSR, corporate social responsibilities, and we will have different chapters about this. So I'll not get into any details. To get back to your example, since you were in the computer industry and you are one of the big players of this industry, you'll have to perform some social responsibilities, such as you'll have to provide the rural schools with computer equipments for free. This is how you can increase your reputation too. Now we will talk about one of the most important things. In one section I did not actually teach this yet, but I will in the next class. So what is this? What is the factors of production? This is the lens through which we can see the countries, different countries, and we can answer to the question why some countries are richer than other countries. So if I ask you why USA is richer than Bangladesh, you'll be able to answer using these factors. But for that you'll have to wait till the end of this lecture. But at first I will try to make sense about it by explaining it to a bit. For to start with, what is a factor of production? A factor of production is factors of production are the factors that we need to generate and create wealth. If we have these factors, we can create more wealth. And if we do not have these factors, we will not be able to create wealth. That is why some countries are blessed with one or more of these factors and some countries are not, which is resulting in the inequality of the wealth of these nations. You understand me, sir? So, if we have land, if we have labor, if we have capital, entrepreneurship and knowledge, using this we can become the richest country in this world. So consider USA. USA is one of the richest countries in this world. They have better land, they have better labor, they have better capital, they have better entrepreneurship, they have better knowledge. So what do we mean by land? This term is kind of a misnomer. No, I would not say it's a misnomer. I would say this term is not adequate to understand what it actually means. Land is not only the physical land that we see, or land is not the land that we are used to, or not the land that pops up in our mind when we actually come across this term. Land is land and also natural things, natural blessings that a country is blessed with. For example, what are the lands of Bangladesh? First of all, agricultural land. This is the first one. Second, there are some natural things like we have gas. This is also a part of land, and we also have coal. This is also a part of land. So to define it, you can see land is a factor of production, includes natural resources used to create a good or service. So it does not only mean land, it also means oil, gold, water that you cannot make, rather that you are blessed with naturally, that you find in your nature, in your country's boundary, geographical boundary. So some countries are blessed with land and some countries are not. For example, Middle East is blessed with land. It means Middle East is blessed with natural resources like minerals, like gas, oil, gold, diamond. These are the natural things. So, and some countries are not. For example, Japan is not blessed with any kind of natural things. You understand me, sir? So Middle East is richer than us because they can use their land. It means they can use their minerals, they can use their natural resources. And also, if you consider China, Japan and Brazil, they have huge fertile land. That is also a part of land. That is a natural thing. And using those things, they are one of the biggest exporters of agricultural items. Some country has that, some country does not have that. We have land, right? But Saudi Arabia does not have agricultural land. So we understand land means everything that you find in the nature, and you cannot make it. So what is labor? Labor, some country has better labor, some country has poor labors. For example, Bangladesh has a huge amount of labor, but they are not skilled, rather they are unskilled. But countries like Germany, USA, China, they have skilled labors. That is why they are better off than us. How? We have a huge force of labor, but they're unskilled. That's why we cannot get into, or we cannot start any heavy industry in our country. Rather, we are stuck in RMG sector. RMG sector does not require skilled laborers. Anyone can do this, taina? That is why it is important for you to understand that labor does not only mean the amount of people you have in your workforce, rather it also means the amount of skill they possess. You understand, sir? So I would say by using labor, some countries are being richer, some countries are getting richer than the others. For example, take a look at UK, take a look at the European countries. They have, like, for example, take a look at Germany. Germany has the best engineers in this world. That is their labor. And by using their engineering works, their architecturing works, their skills, they are drawing wealth to their country. And our labors are not skilled. That is why we are not being able to exploit on the world economy by using our labor. You understand that, sir? China is doing everything in this world. China is making that, doing that, because they have very skilled labors. You understand that, sir? So by using labor, one country can become rich. What about capital? What is capital? So capital is anything that you use to reproduce. I mean, for this is the opposite of land, because land is something that you get in your nature. You cannot create that. But capital is something that you create for yourself to produce more goods. For example, machineries. Right, sir? Machineries are your capital. By using machineries, you can produce more goods, and more goods. And infrastructure can be your capital. Your information system can be your capital. So if you can be better off by using any of the man-made things in terms of increasing your production, I would say that is your capital. And you need to understand, sir, what are the examples of capital? The examples of capital would include, number 1, machineries, number 2, infrastructure, number 3, information system, internet technology. These are the things. You know that, sir? Okay. Now, let's take a look how some countries are being richer than the others by using capital. Take a look at China. They are doing so many projects in Africa, in India, in Pakistan. Why are they doing that? Because they have that capital, they have that machinery. Why did not we build Podda Setu, construct Podda Setu ourselves? Because we did not have that capital, we did not have that machine. You got me, sir? So capital can also be a factor by using which one country can be better off than the other. So the next one is entrepreneurship. So if you are provided with all these resources that I have mentioned by now, but if you do not have those people who are actually skilled enough, who are actually enthusiastic enough to make a blend of these things and to take risk and to create wealth, you are not going to, you are not going to be benefited from this, right? For example, to make it simple, let's assume every single thing was in its position in USA before Bill Gates started his business, or like Steve Jobs started his business. So what they did, all those resources were available, but nobody was using that. So Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, people like them, they started using that. They started taking that risk. They started to innovate more. They had that courage. They had that boldness in them. By using them, for them, the country is getting benefited. The country is being able to generate wealth. Just take a look. How many units of iPhone is being sold all over the world? How many units of Windows is being sold all over the world? And those countries, the countries are being benefited by their entrepreneurs. You can also consider the example of Samsung. You can also consider the example of Toyota. They are the entrepreneurs who are actually helping the country to grow. Finally, these are the 4 factors that you will find everywhere in every book, but your book includes one more factor, that is knowledge. So if you have the knowledge about your customer, if a business has knowledge about its customers, then it will be able to create more wealth by what? By producing products that are going to satisfy the needs of their customers. For example, Shopno general store, not general store, এটা কি দোকান বলে, whatever that is, Shopno has the information of all its customers. Shopno knows what its customers want and what its customers don't want. By using that information, by using that knowledge, they can create, or they can exploit on that information and knowledge, and they can create more goods that are relevant to the taste of their customers, and they can drop those goods that are not relevant. So this is the factor that is also important in terms of creating wealth. So why US is richer than us? Because USA has USA has a better land. I mean, USA has better natural resources, better labor, better capital, better entrepreneurship, better knowledge, and everything. So using those factors, a country can create wealth. So this is going to be our first video, and I will upload another video where I will be talking about the business environment and stakeholders. Thank you.